Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark Lambert from Thetis Pendulum. We're in partners with Anthony Marino in our market timing and pricing service. And I just want to go over today's trades just to kind of show what I've been looking at. Most of our subscribers already know this because these charts are being posted 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and on the weekend. I do apologize that we got it out a little late this morning. We actually sent out the Sunday report on Monday morning before the open. But I guess that's just because we're traders and sometimes we sleep in late. Anyway, one of the things I want to look at that is alerting me that something may be going on right now, this projection right here that I have on the price ladder for the S&P 500 cash index is basically wave 1 that is being projected onto wave 4. And we've struck a trend channel basically from the top of wave 1 to the top of wave 3. And this channel has been in here for quite some time now. And of course, we always superimpose it to the low of wave 2. And this normally, when we have a sell-off, will end up being an area where the market will end up supporting. Right now what's alerting me is the fact that the market actually opened at the bottom of the trend channel today and breached the low, and I think today's market action is going to end up being something that is very, very important to watch. Also with the corresponding ES chart, which is what I have right here, when you look at it, we do have still have a series. We had a 3-wave move down, which seems to be corrective, and we've got a 3-wave move up. And now we've also done another 3-wave move down, which has been corresponding to this last blue fib that I have set on here, which basically came down to almost a perfect 1-to-1 relationship this morning. But the fact that it has broken this longer term trend channel is having me on alert that something could be happening right now, which kind of gives us like a couple different scenarios of what could be happening. Our initial thoughts are that we are doing an ending diagonal in a 5th wave position and we are going to go higher. But you know something, with anything, our analysis has to be validated by the market. And the way things are happening right now, it just seems to be throwing kind of like a wrench into the works, which is okay, since most of us are intraday traders. We got to go with the flow. And something, when we see something that's different and diverging from what we think is going to happen, then something, we have to get on the right page and just keep trading what is happening in front of us at the moment. And so just to show that we have breached this channel, and I think if we close above it or below it may be important over the overnight action and into tomorrow. So just keep that in mind. We've come very, very, very close to doing a 1-to-1 Fibonacci projection ratio, and we've missed it by basically a 1/4 of a point on ESs. I'm going to go over like one of the trades that I did take today. I was away for a good part of this morning right now, and I did come back and I placed a trade in the early, it was either late morning, early afternoon, where I trade the Russell. And the Russell basically is it's the Russell 2000, and it works very, very well and runs hand in hand with the ES futures. The first thing I had to do this morning when I started taking a look at this is determine where to place my Fibonacci projection. Obviously this first projection down did not work out because the 423.6 was like right around here somewhere. So the next thing one needs to do when you can't find that the initial impulse is controlling the market is you have to find where the most volatile part of the market, where the market has had an emotional reaction. And the only emotional reaction I found in the market in this overnight action was this area right here. So I immediately went and attached my fib by 3 points. This is the top, bottom, and then the 3rd point. I always use 3 points when I trade because that seems to rule the market no matter what, all the time. You set the fib up, and all of a sudden you can see that the market has adhered this to the tick on a 100% projection. It did breach it a little bit lower, but basically it stayed between the 61.8 and also between the 100, which would be a 1-to-1 fib. And then at one point during the day today, when you take a look at the market internals, which I know I did post this on a couple of websites, you got to take a look at this area right here, which is the market internals. You notice that the market has been kind of consolidating sideways and slightly moving downwards, and all of a sudden the market starts to make, it diverges basically. It's been doing lower lows and lower highs, and all of a sudden it's made, it's still another lower high, but now it's made a higher low, which is telling me that there's going to be at least a short-term trend change, which is basically where I took my trade. And that trade, basically I bought the Russell 2000 at 812.50 and basically trailed it up to the point where it hit the 161.8 Fibonacci projection, which I'm going to go over right now in a second. And as you can see, this action occurred in this area. So basically I set my fib from this level to this high, or this high, which is the same thing as a double top, down to this level. And these are very, very short-term trend changes. So with the market internals also showing that the market is, at least in the interim, moving up, I take a look at this. We've done one wave up, wave 2 down. I strike a new fib, and you can see that the market started to use it and supported and resisted off of it. These are just one tick increments, and you can see the market always pauses when it gets to them. So that sort of validates the fib. And basically, I closed out my long trade right here at this point because there's a confluence of fibs, a 61.8 and a 161.8. The market did continue to go higher, which is okay, because something, we do not have to get greedy. If you can catch a good part of the move, then that's all that really counts, and then you can just sit out and wait to see what the next thing is going to happen. This has been a very, very choppy day. The market basically made most of its move overnight, and this is where, I guess, when you place like these small moving averages that I do, which these are very, very fast. They basically follow the market pretty much to the tick. And when I see them starting to diverge, which pretty much just kept me out of the market all morning, because I don't want to trade something like this because I'll be chopped in and out all day long. Basically, Thinkorswim, my broker, is the one that's going to end up making the most money, because I'll hit stop losses a dozen times. Even if I make money on them, just the commissions themselves will basically eat up the profit. So anyways, took the trade, and I get out at this area just because of the fact that this is a confluence of Fibonacci projections, and whether or not we bottom today, I do not know. I'm just going to let the market dictate to me what's going to happen, and then just basically get on the right side of it. By using the fibs, we constantly, every day, update to see exactly where we are, and even intraday, we update several times the Fibonacci projections during the daytime. And just as I show these videos more and more, I hope you kind of get the way that we're doing this, just to kind of help you move along with the market. Basically, I'm flat right now. I don't plan on doing any other trades unless there's a really good setup that happens. But at this point, with this going on right now, I would look at two areas. I would look at this as being a wave 1, a wave 2, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be wave 3. If this is wave 4, I would look for support right around this area, maybe the 127.2 or this low right here. But if it doesn't go down, if it does breach that, I would just flip the fib around at this point in time, and I would look at this area right here as being support. And if it doesn't support, then that's telling me that we probably have some more downside to follow. But basically what I'm saying is that, something, if you set your expectations correctly and you just want to grab a couple points here and there, you will end up beating the market every single time. If you try to catch the whole move every single time, basically you're going to lose. Set your expectations to what's happening right now, and if you can grab 3-4 points out of the market every day, something, you will be in a very, very profitable area. And I'm going to start sending these videos a little bit more often, kind of, maybe you can see my thinking behind what I'm doing. Sometimes I just look at a series of higher highs and higher lows, and when I see a divergence, that's telling me that it's an initial alert that the market's going to change direction. And you just move with the market. Don't be greedy. if you can grab a few points, just turn around and thank God that you made some money today, and just wait for the next setup. You do not have to trade every day. Today was a very, very choppy day, and this is the kind of day that basically chews up most traders, where you end up being at the end of the day and you're looking and you're like, you know something, you lost money because you were hot, you were long, you were short, you were long, you were short. But by being patient and waiting for the fibs to get hit, and then looking at the market internals, you should be able to stay on the right side of the trade most of the time. You will have losing trades. That happens every day. Happens to me. Haven't had a losing day in a couple months, but you know something, every day if I take more than 3 or 4 trades, I'll at least have one loser. And you know, by setting your expectations to what's happening now and being very, very tight on your stops, you will end up making money. There's no reason why you can't. It's just a matter of putting your emotions aside and just letting the market show you what it's doing and just moving with the market. And that's pretty much it. I hope this helps, and you know, we'll just keep posting these things here and there, and you know what, and just hope that it just helps a lot of other traders out there. Thank you very much, and we will, you should be able to hear from me again soon enough. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye now.